Hello, my name is Kaylee Wells, and this is my service learning video project. Today I'm going to talk about three different things: the two types of eukaryotic cells, which is right here, the relationship that invasive blackberry species have on other blackberry species in the area, and the impacts that humans have on their environment, which is right here. So let's get started. First thing that I want to show you is the LEAD homepage on Facebook, and I actually did my service learning project through them. I went to Whatcom Creek Trail on November 16th from 9 o'clock to noon, and here's the email reminding me to go. So that's located about right here. And the next image I'm going to show you is the check-in booth, and we worked closely with the Nooksack Salmon Enhancement Association. And here is the actual site itself. These are people taking out invasive plant species and mulching the surrounding areas so that the natural plants survive better. Here is a picture of me taking out all the invasive species. That blackberry in my hand was very hard to get out. Let's see. Alright, so here is the first thing I wanted to talk about, and I thought that this picture would be appropriate because we have animal cells right here, and we have plant cells right here. So, first thing I'm going to talk about is an animal cell. And so here's the nucleus where all of the DNA is housed, and in order for the cell to make copies of itself, it has to create RNA, which are then defined by ribosomes. The ribosomes go into the lovely organelle right here, which is the endoplasmic reticulum. In the endoplasmic reticulum, they are folded into their proper shape, and then they are sent off to the Golgi apparatus right here. And then, at that point in time, we will have exocytosis, and those will be sent either outside the cell or somewhere else in the cell so that they can do their jobs. Next, I'm going to look at plant cells. They look a little bit different because, as you can see here, they have a cell wall which is green. They're green because of these lovely organelles over here called chloroplasts, and the chloroplasts have pigments in them which harvest the sun's energy to create ATP for the cell. So instead of eating carbohydrates like humans do, these kinds of cells eat sunlight. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is the Himalayan blackberry, which we experienced while taking out invasive species on the trail. So, as you can see right here, it is extremely thorny and stocky and very sturdy, which is some of the characteristics of an invasive plant species, and it's adapted very well because there are no predators, nothing to eat it. Here is a list of the different things. So, as you can see, the main plants have large, deep, woody root balls that sprout out nodes. So basically, they're really hard to get out of the ground. They have a very thick stem, 15 feet tall, so they were very difficult to get out. And here is the Himalayan blackberry's competitor, or I guess you could say it does a lot worse than the Himalayan blackberry. This is a trailing blackberry, the native plant species of blackberry that we have here in Washington. As you can see, the stalk is a lot thinner and the spikes are a lot smaller. Essentially, these two types of plants compete for resources, so that's sunlight and water and nutrients in the ground. So neither one is benefited from their competition. The next slide that I wanted to show you was related to the Wade King event. So earlier in 1999, they had an explosion that took out this entire area. Essentially, there was a gas leak, and then the entire creek caught on fire. You can see the article right here. And so essentially, the area that we were trying to restore was the area that was impacted by this fire. All of the plant species and all the animal species that had been there before had been completely eliminated. And so by going back to this creek, we were trying to recreate the natural environment that had been there before. I didn't really want to land on a bad note, and so here is a picture of the hillside without any without any invasive plant species, not to mention that all of them have a good covering of mulch. Thank you for listening to my video.